This podcast is a quest for well-being, a quest for a meaningful life through the exploration of fundamental truth. Enlightening ideas, insights on physical, mental, and spiritual health. The inspiration is love. The aspiration is to awaken new ways of thinking that can lead us to a new way of being well. Welcome to Body, Mind, and Soul Healing Conversations.
Young or old, it's a matter of living your life. Always stay positive and always be feeling something positive. Irene Michaels has spent a lifetime building one success upon another as a dancer, actress, model, owner of a modeling agency, entrepreneur, producer, beauty and luxury lifestyle expert. Resilience brought her back from an accident that could have been the end of her career at a young age, and boundless enthusiasm for making the most of every day has kept her far younger than her years. A lifelong equestrian, she has surrounded herself with the love of her many animal friends who add immeasurable joy to her life. Irene brings her readers insights from a life well lived, along with a myriad of secrets and tips for always keeping up a youthful appearance and heart. Valeria Teles interviews Irene Michaels, the author of Eye on Beauty, Living Beautifully and Luxuriously Beyond 50. Irene Michaels is a lifelong entertainer, entrepreneur, and accomplished equestrian who has made it a priority to lead an active and healthy lifestyle. She discovered her passion for dance at the age of 11 and went on to a career as a dancer, model, actress, owner of a successful modeling agency, and producer. She is widely recognized as a beauty and luxury lifestyle expert. Since 2008, her popular website, Eye on the Scene, has continued to share the full scoop on entertainment, culture, and fashion to readers worldwide. Released under her signature brand, Eye on Youth by Irene Michaels, Roll-On Serum filled a need for a convenient, moderately priced, and effective anti-aging skincare product. An avid animal lover, Irene earned her colors a great honor in the equestrian community, enabling her to ride in prestigious hunts globally. Irene lives with her husband, Arnie Granat, in her hometown, Chicago. Meet Irene at eyeonthescene.com. Here's the interview with Irene Michaels.
In your own words, who is Irene Michaels?
Well, I'm a unique individual who loves life and wants to always learn more. I'm very adventurous. And I'm always wanting to learn. And I like helping people and nourishing my soul and helping people with their soul.
I love that. I love everything you said, especially the soul part. What is the soul to you?
The soul is your heart, your being, your makeup, your fiber of who you are, your character, your beliefs. I think it's very important.
We have had some changes and challenges, lots of them. So my question is, what insights have you gained from the events in 2020?
That's an interesting question. 2020 has not been the best year for many people. And however, I think what has happened, it has brought people together and the realization of family, how important that is, how important that people need people, and how positivity is so very huge in these bizarre times. It's you really need to stay connected to people and your faith and be positive this entire journey, because we don't know how long it's going to last.
True.
And so if your thoughts and your soul and your prayers come from within inside, you'll have an easier way to get through this.
And speaking of faith and going within, do you believe in God, or do you have any spiritual practice?
Yes, I'm Christian. I believe in God. I do go to church. I meditate.
Yeah.
I studied the Shambhala training, which is a very private one-on-one with your own mind and your own breath. And so it becomes a spiritual experience. It helps clear the mind, and you're able to hear yourself and make better decisions and be forgiving.
Yeah.
One of the big lessons in life is that we have to forgive ourselves.
True. That might be one of the biggest lessons in life. I agree too. And I'm wondering why it's so challenging for most of us to do that, which I connect to self-love. So let me ask you the question about self-care and self-love. Do you see a difference between these two ideas?
Self-care, I feel, is more physical, and self-love is more internal. We have to love ourselves. It's very hard.
Right.
Sometimes it's very hard. It's easier to be angry at someone else than yourself. That's why the lesson is so hard to learn, to forgive yourself and to continually take care of yourself, feeling good, feeling beautiful, inspiring your soul, nourishing your soul with good, positive thoughts. It's very important. And to stay away from negativity or negative people, because they really can drain your energy.
And that's a big one. How do we do that? What suggestions can you give us when it comes to family members that we can't really stay away from them?
Oh, that is a tough one.
Yes.
Family members who I know for myself, my own experience, I love all my family members. And there are a few times when I've been extremely disappointed, and they have been very negative. And for the most part, though, they're loving and caring, but we all have a side that might show up in the form of being negative. And the thing I would say most is to stop that negative thought, stop them in their negative path and thought, and put something positive in their mind. Instead of thinking the glass is always half empty, the other side is half full.
Right.
And that, if you could just think of these simple things, because life is very simple. People make it complicated.
So true. I agree. I'm wondering if you can give us some suggestions, examples of that. How do we insert that positivity in someone who has negative patterns?
Well, first of all, I think as a person, we have to stay motivated and feeling positive.
Yes, right.
And hopefully some of that lends to another person.
True.
It's very hard to change someone's mind. All you could do is hope for the best and give them some instructions, or possibly read some very light books on how to stay positive. It's always good to be informed. I myself keep very busy, and I'm always looking forward to the next day. So I think it's really very personal and very personalized what helps people to stay positive. I really do think reading some good books is one way, and staying engaged. Staying engaged.
That is a wonderful advice. Very important message. Everything starts with us.
Well, I know that one of my inspirations has been my mother.
Yeah.
I think that I probably do have a lot of her traits.
Okay.
She's kind and she's honest, and she loved life. She is no longer with us right now, but she taught me many lessons, and I think of her every day. So, and I realize some women might be less fortunate than me. My mother is very nurturing, and so I am trying to give some of that back to women in my book, to love themselves, feel beautiful, and live well.
What are some of the most unforgettable messages or lessons that your mother has taught you, Irene?
One is always to be honest.
Yeah.
That is something that's very tough to do also. And try to be educated. Educate yourself as much as you can.
Yeah.
And be with people who make you feel good and not sad. Try to give back if you have more than others. And just be kind. She was very kind-hearted.
How do you define beauty? What is beauty to you?
Beauty really comes from within.
Right.
Beauty is really not just skin deep. It goes much deeper than that. I think it's the character of a person. It's not the clothes they wear or their looks. I think that you do have to have a little vanity when it comes to your looks. It's healthy.
Yeah, right.
But beauty is, I guess, that old saying, in the eyes of the beholder. For me, it's kindness and forgiveness and being a bit spiritual and being good to others.
What is the meaning of aging to you?
Aging?
Yeah.
Well, there really isn't anything wrong with getting older,
Right.
aging. In my book, I explain that 50 is the beginning and not the end.
Yeah.
So aging to me is just gaining more wisdom, staying healthy, being kind to yourself. It really always goes back to your soul. I think that's what, to me, what aging is.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if the idea of aging, as some of us have, that is a negative thing and something to be rejected. I'm wondering if that happens with women more than men, this idea, or it's all the same.
Actually, today, in today's world, men are worse at that than women.
Oh, wow. Wow.
More men receive fillers and Botox and concern about their belly and the loss of their hair than women. Of course, women are vain. We are a bit vain. And truly, I mean, it's great to be young. And, an old Frank Sinatra saying, for the people who remember Frank Sinatra, is that youth is wasted on the young. Because by the time what's going on in life, you're too old to enjoy it. But it's okay. There's nothing wrong with getting older. There really is some beauty to it.
Yeah, from your perspective, what are some of the greatest aspects of aging?
Well, to live a long life, first of all, that's a big plus.
Yeah.
And to me, getting older, I think because I've been in the entertainment business most of my life, it might hit home a little harder, but it didn't take long for me to get over that ego. Yeah. And so for the longest time, I didn't tell anybody my age because I was modeling and acting, and that's a no-no in that business. But I now embrace my age. And that's why I started to sit down, collect all my thoughts, and write a book about that. How to inspire women that aging is not a bad thing.
It's a gift. Wow, I was about to say that, Irene. Yeah, it is a gift. And that kind of makes me think about gratitude, which is another spiritual or a very positive practice. Being positive, being grateful has to do with being positive. So I still have a few more questions for you, the warm-up questions. The next one is about resilience. Talk to me about what is to be resilient and what experiences have challenged you to become more resilient.
I think there was a very serious accident that I had at one time. At the height of my career, that damaged my looks and hurt my ego, and psychologically was not a good feeling either.
Right.
I obtained over 1,500 stitches in my face and a blowout fracture in my eye. So you can read more about that in my book, but that was one of the worst things, as well as my house burning down and finding that I had nothing left except my 2 dogs and my address book. And so where would I be if I didn't stay positive and create and carve out a new life for myself?
True.
Those 2 experiences were not too kind to me, but actually, who said life is fair? Life not always is fair. True. It's not what happens to you. It's how you handle it.
Right.
Going back to your attitude and pulling from within your spiritual being will get you through it.
Did you have experience with that before those challenges, or you learned to, let's say, develop them throughout the challenges?
I think always in my mind, I have always refused to be defeated.
Yeah.
And it's not something that just is innate. Of course, when serious things happen, you sometimes don't know how to react, or you don't know how you would react.
Yeah.
I think that I did develop a tougher skin based on some of the experiences that I did have. And I don't think that it's an acquired skill. However, some people are born kinder than others, and it's just their nature and their makeup.
Yeah.
But when something really seriously happens and it catches you off guard, that's the time when you have to pull from within so much more.
Yeah.
And say, I'll get through this. I will get through this with my faith and my friends and my life that I know to be. I will get through this. Eventually you will get through it.
What do you think the purpose of the human experience is?
The purpose of life? I'm not sure anyone can answer that. I'm not really sure about that.
I was hoping somebody could.
The age-old question, what is life all about?
Yeah.
I do know that you have to live in the moment. Mm. You can't live in the past unless you're going there. You can't really live in the future because it hasn't happened. You only have the present. Right. And if you could develop a good understanding of the present, this is what is happening now, I think you will let go of some of the beliefs that, well, when this happens, I'll be happier.
Yeah.
Because that's just a myth.
Very much sounds like, waiting to be happy, right?
Yes, exactly. That's disaster.
So you wrote the book, Eye on Beauty, Living Beautifully and Luxuriously Beyond 50. 2 initial questions for you, Irene. How did you become a writer, and what was the inspiration and also intention of writing this book?
I've lived a very full life, and I've had many different experiences. I felt that I wanted to sit down and share my experiences with other people. Some of the drama and trauma that I've had, some of the good things that I've learned, some of my beauty secrets and my anti-aging secrets through all my years of working in front of a camera and behind the camera. Yeah. And I thought that by sitting down writing a book about it and make it easy to read and easy chapters, there's several chapters, they're all very easy and very informative, that it would help women stay healthy and feel fit. And it was my aim, it's always my aim to help and inspire.
It is inspiring. You sent me the book and I start reading it and I couldn't stop it. It's funny how I'm sure, like you said, it's not just women, but all of us. We are trying to, I think, improve and learn. That's my case. I'm always trying to learn something new. And it surprised me about cayenne pepper. And then I started having that in the morning with the lemon water. So that changed. You made that change in my life about almost a month ago. And has been incredible. I have more energy. It has changed something in the body, which affects the mind too. So thank you. My next question to you is about the misconceptions and the myth that you mentioned in the book about aging. So you have lots of them. The first one you mentioned was that women do not like to reveal their age. Talk to me about that myth.
Yes, today women are very proud of their age. Yeah. At one time they were not, right. But they're very eager to tell their age today. I think the myth of aging that's so horrible, it is just that. It's a myth. Yeah. There are active women at 85, 90 years old. They are doing things that are unbelievable. And so that's inspiring to me. So that's why I think, aging and women worrying about it so much is untrue today.
And another one that you mentioned that caught my attention is wrinkles are the most important signs of aging. Talk to me about that one and what are the signs of aging, really, besides wrinkles?
Well, if your skin is plump and the collagen is there, then you more than likely won't look like you're aging or older. We lack the collagen as we get older. The skin starts to sag. The whites of your eyes aren't white any longer. Your skin tone changes, and your hair starts to get thinner. So those are the things that start the aging process, but you could look good at any age. Yeah.
So true. And I love the way you defined beauty that's really within. It's how you express yourself in the world, isn't it? Beyond the appearances. You mentioned diet does not influence aging. So this is a big one, isn't it, Irene?
Yes. Regardless of what we do, we are going to age. Yeah. Now, if we have a healthy diet, we might age differently. We are what we eat. That's a definite fact. So if we eat healthy, we will be healthy. Unless, of course, we have something like a disease or some medical problem that cannot be avoided. But diet is very healthy. Water intake is very healthy. Exercise is very healthy. Your regimens, as I have my regimens, I do every single day. Consistency is very, very important. You must be consistent. One or two, if you think about this, if you watch an athlete in his career, if he just practiced once or twice or even 3 times a week, he would never come to the status he arrives at. Yeah. It's something that you must work on. And you will have a reward. You will be rewarded.
Talk to me about some of the secrets, if you can reveal them, perhaps not them all, but what are some of the most important secrets when it comes to aging or being healthy, as I like to say?
Well, as you age, less is more.
Right.
And if you're a woman and you wear makeup, you must wear less makeup. If you have dry hair, this is a little tip. You put mayonnaise on it at night and put it up in a ponytail. Leave it on, or you could wash it out in a little bit, but that's very healthy for you. Also, the lemon in water, as you know, very, very healthy to drink that as soon as you get up. People don't do that. They have their cup of coffee, but lemon does a whole bunch of great things for the body.
True.
There's so many secrets, anti-aging things that I could give you here. I think it's probably better to read the book, and you'll get so many more there that way.
You mentioned the practice of meditation being one of the important secrets. So I'm reviewing some of them here. And also the vegan diet. That's something that most of us do know, but it's a challenge to adopt. And there's anything else I won't talk anymore about all the amazing secrets you have there, which makes so much sense to me when it comes to living a healthy life. And from my perspective, by taking care of the body also helps the mind. So that's a wonderful connection that's very important to be aware of. It's not just about being vain and looking good on the outside, but the mind. And going back to the idea of being positive and resilient, that also helps with that, from my perspective. So we're almost at the end, Irene, and I have a few more questions for you, the ending questions. Would you like to add anything or read a passage in your book?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I will read a passage.
Yes.
Okay. It's The Journey That Matters. Always remember the longest road starts with the first step. And it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle it. Determination is key. I never let anything stop me from being my very best. I am always very conscious of that. I am also aware how fear can enter your life, and it can immobilize any of us. It is a big deal. So you have to be careful about that. It is not an easy task, but if you work at it, you can overcome it. That is where your meditation practice and your beliefs and your faith come in. If I were to tell somebody today that I had these fears, they would look at me and say, "You must be kidding me. You, this outgoing, mature, glamorous creature, you must have been born with a silver spoon in your mouth." Boy, nothing could be further from the truth. But to sum it all up, I had a dream. I never give up. Despite any downfalls, any rocky road, one travels is a long road, but it is the journey that matters. Love yourself and be kind. This book is meant for women over 50, a mature audience, one that is interested in staying healthy and young and good looking and feeling vibrant and sexy. You need a little vanity. You must take care of yourself no matter what in this book. I want to continue to explore and explain, share with women my extensive life experiences, including coming back from a very bad accident. Let me say this to start with. It's not horrible getting old. What matters is not only your beauty outside, but more so your beauty inside. You have to have a healthy attitude, and that's all begins with loving yourself. My dedication is to stay healthy inside and out and to look good as long as I can. And I guess my biggest fear is not being able to take care of myself or to become disabled in some way and not be able to continue with my disciplines and regimens that I love so much. I know how frustrating it is to watch your skin sag, your belly drop, your eyes start in with wrinkles, the whiteness of your eyes disappearing. It's not a good feeling. So my last message is for my name. I want to tell you what my name means.
Yeah, right.
And then you will be well, just like me. Irene. The I stands for I will. The R stands for rewire, not retire.
Right.
The E stands for engage. The N is never give up. And the E is for endure. Remember, 50 is the beginning and not the end.
Yes, 1,000 times to that. I'm 44, and age is something that I don't think about it for some reason, but I can tell, the change, and I'm very open to change. So you have been an inspiration to me. Thank you. I have a few more questions, the ending questions. If you knew you would die soon, meaning losing the body, would you make any change in your life or do anything in a different way?
I don't think so.
And the last question is, what are 3 things about life you know for sure as of this moment?
3 things I know about life. Life is beautiful. Life is not always fair, but life is good.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, your presence, and for the work that you're doing to reach out women and with your powerful message about self-love and inner beauty. Thank you so much again.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Where can we find more information about you, your books, products, services, and future projects?
My book is currently available on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, and hardcover. And so you can go to Amazon, and also my beauty serum is there on Amazon. They are both sold on Amazon.
Wonderful. I'll have the link to your website too on your podcast profile. Thank you so much again, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening. To learn more about Irene Michaels and her work, please visit eyeonthescene.com.
To learn more about this podcast, please visit fitforjoy.org/podcast. Thank you again for listening, and bye for now.